Hey, hello, how do you do? Shady Doorags here, and welcome to another episode of Episode Rundown, where I, Shady Doorags, run down the episodes of Miraculous, Tales of Ladybug, and Cat Noir. And today we're looking at episode 12, Dark Blade. This episode starts off with Marinette talking to Tiki about her diary, and she's basically saying, hey, I write everything in my diary, because that's what a diary is, but she has to give this exposition. And apparently she even wrote down that she's Ladybug in there. So then it shifts to this election, and it shows that the mayor was running against this fencing dude, and the mayor wins easily. And after that, it immediately shifts to another election from the mayor and the fencing dude to Chloe and... what's that girl's name? Marinette. Chloe and Marinette. And Chloe's running for class representative, and nobody wants to oppose her because she's got dirt on people, or I guess. And Marinette decides to run opposed to her, even though Marinette doesn't really want to because she's super busy as Ladybug, and she also isn't, Marinette a lot of times doubts herself. And I said this before, she does doubt herself, but when the time comes to step up, she does step up, which she does in this episode. And that was enjoyable to see. I'm kind of wondering what they're going to do with that, because Marinette, I hope they don't just throw away the fact that she's student representative. I hope that comes into play in future episodes, but this series so far has not really had good continuity with its episodes. Disregarding the problems I had with past episodes, I'm talking about the fact that what happens in one episode really doesn't affect another. Like, people don't say, I was turned into an Akuma and now I'm traumatized or something. The only time I saw something like that happen was when the Evillustrator was drawing comics and he used villains that had already appeared in the show. That was the only time. So anyway, Marinette decides to run, and everybody's like, yeah, let's vote for Marinette because Chloe sucks. Like, people hate Chloe, and this is why I say that Chloe's not the best mean character, because she makes everybody hate her, pretty much, and now that she needs to get something from everybody, she can't get it. That's why, if Diamond Tiara was in this situation, Diamond Tiara was in this situation. See, I can see Pacifica and Diamond Tiara being put in this role and coming out successful, more so than Chloe was. So anyway, Chloe says, I've learned everything about winning from my dad, and the trick is to play dirty, reveal all your enemies' secrets, blah, blah, blah. And that would have been good parallelism if we had seen the election with her dad, but we didn't really see the election. And the more we learn about the mayor, the more like just a horrible person he's revealed to be. He spoils his daughter, he abuses his power, and now we found out that he's a corrupt politician. I do, on the other hand, I've been complaining about Chloe, but I actually do like Chloe in this episode. I thought it was very clever what she did. She hosts this autograph signing tour from this famous musician to buy people into voting for her. And she also does it to get Marinette away from her room so that her sidekick, I still can't get that sidekick's name down. But so her sidekick can go in and snoop around into Marinette's room. That was actually pretty clever, and I was glad to see that she was using some cleverness. And the sidekick finds the diary, but Marinette has booby-trapped it. Good for Marinette on that. I was kind of facepalming thinking they were just going to get it, but yeah, I completely forgot that she booby-trapped the thing. Good on her for that. So Marinette's a tinkerer now. Okay, that's something that adds to the list. So then we see Adrian fencing with the dude. Adrian, being a fencer, did not register in my brain when I first saw it, because I thought they were just trying to show that he had a busy schedule when they showed that. I thought maybe he did a plethora of sports. But they're coming back to fencing. I kind of would like that, I would like a lot if that came back when he was fighting as Cat Noir. It rarely does. It does somewhat in this episode, but it rarely comes back when he's Cat Noir that he's a fencer. He uses pole fighting instead of fencing techniques. That would be good character and continuity and consistency. That would be great for all the 3Cs, but they don't do it. So anyway, we see that Dark Blade is angry that he lost the thing or whatever. Again, it would have been a stronger case if they had shown how he was cheated out of the election or how he was blackmailed or whatever. Because Chloe says her dad blackmails all her opponents or ruins all her opponents. So, I don't know. So then Marinette goes to the where Chloe is and City Hall because her dad's the mayor, and Darkblade shows up doing his stuff. His design is alright, but thinking of a character called Darkblade, I would figure a dude would be more bulkier. But since he is a fencer, I guess he should be slim. He knights people and turns them into his minions, like the mummy dude did. The Pharaoh, that was his name, like the Pharaoh did. And he gives them powers. They were all generic looking, that kind of... I would have liked it if they all had their own unique designs. I didn't notice this during the Mummy episode that they all looked the same, but I definitely noticed it in this episode. So anyway, Marinette, when the Darkblade comes to seek revenge on Chloe's dad, Chloe has a great line. The children are all freaking out, and one of them runs to Chloe and says, "Chloe, what do we do?" And Chloe says that... she says something like this, I'm paraphrasing. "That's a question for the class representative. Vote for me, and tomorrow I'll let you know." That line made me, laugh, out loud. Chloe has had two really good lines that made me laugh. That one and the "I'm saving myself for someone more awesome than you." Those are, two of my favorite lines so far. So anyway, Marinette shows her leadership during this time. She shows that she can lead people and tell them what to do. Feels kind of hand-fisted, but it's nothing too out there. Then she turns into Ladybug. I never saw Chloe run upstairs. She sends everyone upstairs and then turns into Ladybug. I never saw Chloe run upstairs, so I thought this was going to be an episode where they finally revealed that Chloe knows who Ladybug is, because I'm pretty sure that's going to happen. But that didn't happen. I guess Chloe did run upstairs and I didn't see it. And so Ladybug and Cat Noir are fighting, and I was actually on the edge of my seat. Okay, so I'm skipping some parts. Darkblade puts his flag on top of the city hall, and that causes everyone in at least the nearby Paris area to become his slave, and it's like an enclosing circle that makes people become his slave to where the flag is. One, I don't know why he had to put the flag up to do that. Two, I don't know why it was established that the flag could do that. Why didn't Hawkmoth just give him the power? Three, what if Hawkmoth was in that range? Would he have been turned into a knight as well? And finally, I was actually on the edge of my seat because I didn't know how they were going to get out of that situation. And Cat Noir said, "It's closing in on us." And I'm like, oh my goodness, what are they going to do? And then she did it. Lucky Charm! And I was like, oh, of course, right. Yeah, see, this is exactly why I don't like the Lucky Charm, which I've said over and over again. It just ruins the tension. You know it's going to save the day. So, yeah, the Lucky Charm does save the day, and they blah, blah, blah. And then at the end, Marinette demands that, in front of everybody, that Chloe give her stuff back. And she tells the crowd that, hey, I want you to vote for me because you want me to be in charge, not because you don't want Chloe. I'm not going to say that's a good moral, but it's not a bad one. Because if you only have two candidates, and you have to vote for one, and yeah, voting for the lesser of two evils is not a bad thing to do inherently. It's not like in USA's election where there are third candidates, but people they don't consider them because their chances of winning are so slim. No, there is only two candidates, and if one is horrible, vote for the other one. But yeah, all in all, I had a lot of fun with this episode. I feel like I'm forgetting something important that I wanted to say, but I can't think of it right now. But I had a lot of fun with this episode. I felt like this episode was more of the atmosphere that people feel when they watch this show, just a sit-down, enjoyable show. And I've been taking it so seriously on each episode, which I don't blame myself for. The reason I take the episode so seriously is because the flaws, they keep flaunting those flaws in my face. This episode didn't do that. The part that I wanted to mention is not really important, but I did want to mention, I found it funny. Marinette said she got turned into a knight, that way people wouldn't question where she went. And Adrian runs down the stairs and says, "Yeah, me too," and then runs out. I'm like, Adrian, you weren't even in City Hall. Why did you go back in there? Why did you need to make an excuse? Nobody knew you were there. I just thought that was funny. But yeah, this episode I really did like. It was one of the more enjoyable episodes for me. I would like it if the whole Marinette being student representative comes back into play some way. Continuity is... not every show needs continuity between episodes. This is a show that has episode continuity, but doesn't really use it very well. It pretty much just ignores most of the events that happen in past episodes. I would like to see that come back into play somehow, but knowing this show, it's probably going to skip to another summer vacation, even though nobody's aged, and just go on from there and completely forget that she's still present. But anyway, it was still an enjoyable episode. I liked it overall. Next time, I think we're at the halfway point next time with episode 13. So, I will see you guys then. This has been Shady Doorags. So long, farewell, Auf Wiedersehen.